another alleged gameplay video, although not so much of alleged. Not so much of the alleged, because I would like to believe I've been fairly competent at this franchise over the last 2.5 decades. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? But here we go. We've got Mario Kart 8, which I'm ploughing through at the moment. Let me show you how far I've got. So I've got all the cups, and I've got 3 stars on each on 50cc. That's no big achievement, really. I am missing 3 stars on 100cc, and I'm beginning to struggle a bit on 150. So I want to get at least 1 star. I've set myself that goal, but it's proving a little bit difficult. Obviously I can look forward then to mirror mode and 200cc. 200cc must be a new thing for the franchise. Although, having never played number 7, which I believe was a 3DS game, possibly. But this is how we're gonna do this. It's always been Yoshi with me, right from the SNES early days. Obviously, you never had a bike option back then. I wonder when the bikes were introduced. Saying that, there are so many factors that were introduced over the franchise. Quite interesting thinking about when they were actually introduced, like the blue shell. I was never really that vocal about the blue shell. Many people got really quite upset. They got quite upset and vocal about the blue shell. In this outing, in number 8, I don't think the blue shell is that common. I mean, it is fairly common, but you don't see it as much. I don't know. I apologise if you can hear some rumbling. That's the controller, which I must turn that off, given how short the life is in the WiiU. I knew you were going to do that. In the WiiU controller. This is my preferred route on this one. I do love the fact that the coins are back, and they make so much of a difference. So yeah, no idea when the blue shell was introduced. I really did like, and I have really fond memories of Mario Kart Double Dash. I really liked that dynamic of the 2 players, and then one player could be driving, one player could be doing the weapons. There were so many ways to play that, and I've got really good fond memories playing that with my son back in the day. He used to prefer playing like co-op play. So one of us would drive, one would do the weapons. Thinking about it now, Mario Kart in the collection, I'm just trying to think of what I need to get to finish the collection. I need Mario Kart 7, but I don't have a 3DS. I'm starting to ask this up because it's very hard to play and talk. Yeah, I can't see where I'm going. That's the idea. I don't have a 3DS, but I want to pick up a 2DS because... Bastard. Oh well, I'm getting well done in here on this lap. And we were just saying how I thought the blue shells were a little bit less common. So yeah, I want to get a 2DS. I don't know if they do an XL version now. I only want to get that when the price is right, because the 3D is completely lost on me and it's not a feature I'm ever going to use. So I need to get Mario Kart 7 on that. Gotcha. Nice shot. And I would also like to get the Game Boy Advance version, and that's quite a cheap game still, complete in its I believe it was a cardboard box on the Advance, and they're still out there quite cheap. The only one I don't have, which is a surprise, is the N64 version. Never played it. Never got around to it really. I think I was quite busy at that particular point, that particular juncture in life. I've heard good things about it, and my understanding is that some of the tracks are really quite large. So I'll get around to that eventually. But it's now that is expensive. If you're trying to pick it up in as good as condition as possible. Also, what I haven't mastered yet on this is getting a really good start, which is kind of really. You have to be really accurate when you when you press the accelerator. Come on. Ah. I did like the version on the Wii. That was quite a good version. I managed to get through that using the motion controls, which I didn't think I'd be able to do. I really do like the way the coins in Mario Kart have come back to such prominence, speed-wise and everything else. Nice little shortcut there. There are some shortcuts that I'm not going to be fully aware of at the moment. And what I really like to do with this, which was also relevant for the Wii version, I love to go online. I really love to go online, and it's so simple, and you can do it really fast. So if you've got like only half an hour spare, 20 minutes spare, you're in the games room, you can just dip straight into a game. Because the way people behave online with things like whoa, can't talk and play. The way people behave with things like Forza and everything else, I've pretty much given up going online with anything like that. I'm really making a bollocks up of this. You'll have to believe me, it's because I'm talking. But yeah, all those years ago, 25 years ago, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours, me and a few friends put into Mario Kart. Sometimes I'll be in the mood for battle mode, sometimes just racing. And that was another great thing about that game. They were both equally enjoyable. And what we would do in battle mode is whoever won would get to choose the next map. Well, we've done this. I don't know how. Please don't get hit. Excuse me. Excuse me. Let's try one more track. Come on. We're on a bit of a roll here. I could get my 1 star at least. I need to turn that rumble function off on this controller. I really must do that. Even though I've had my Wii U now for a couple of months, I still don't have a great deal of games for it. My opinion is much the same, really. I just think the whole enterprise and the whole concept was so flawed, and then you marry all that up to the fact that the marketing was so bloody bad. Mind you, in saying that, I don't think the I don't think any amount of successful marketing would have altered the machine's fate, in all honesty. But there you go. It is what it is. Nintendo seem to be happy with their position in the market, and it's a unique position. this is turning out to be a nightmare. I've got to mention the music in this as well. It's it has sublime moments, and then it has some quite kind of heavy jazz pieces. The music is great though, and we need some coins. I remember back in the day you could get absolutely nowhere with Donkey Kong or Bowser, and then he did that again. So yeah, there's definitely going to be some tricks that I'm missing, some shortcuts, because I've not been playing it that long. Thinking about where Nintendo occupies, or how it occupies the market, and it seems to be relatively okay with that. What I'm beginning to tire of at the moment is all these bloody retro, dedicated kind of retro flashback type consoles, you know? Every few minutes there seems to be something new. I mean, the latest one I saw the other day was this CD based unit called CD, spelled SCE. You know, and all these things are just, you know, they're just emulators in a box, or a PC and a chip. It was quite funny watching this thing about this CD. It's only in development now, and I was watching someone review a prototype, and it claims to run early PC games, and you just know how many issues there's going to be with that. I mean, there's enough issues if you go back to those days and that technology. You know, there were enough issues back then when you had the original hardware. In particular, sound, getting the right sound to work. So yeah, there seems to be loads of these things. You know, the super duper mega retro Mega Drive, the bloody SNES Mini, which everyone's gonna sell their grandmother to buy if stocks run low, and just don't know. Maybe it's not my thing really. Maybe it's not my thing. But there you go, Mario Kart 8. I'm loving it to bits. It's Mario Kart after all. As I said, I can't think off the top of my head a franchise that stayed with me for that long in my gaming years. It's Mario Kart. What else can you say? Everything is perfect in wonderful resolution and frame rate. And I'm going to leave you alone, and I'm going to carry on. I won't get that 1 star now. I can't see I'm going to get that with that 3rd position, but who knows? Bye bye.